When you're younger, the answer might seem obvious. It's your family, your closest friends, the people you've known for years. They are the ones who cheer you on, celebrate your successes, and help you through hard times. But as you step into your 60s and beyond, reality starts to look quite different. Life changes in ways you didn't expect. People get busy, priorities shift, and suddenly, you may realize that the support system you always believed in might not be as reliable as you once thought. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 essential pillars that become more dependable than family as you get older. This isn't about pushing people away or losing faith in your loved ones. It's about understanding where true stability comes from and making sure you're never left vulnerable when you need support the most. When you build a strong foundation based on these 6 pillars, you gain the security, independence, and peace of mind that will carry you through life's challenges. These pillars can empower you to live confidently, knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength to stand firm. Stay tuned until the end, because these 6 pillars may completely change the way you think about support. And once you understand them, you'll never feel powerless, alone, or unprepared again. Pillar 1. Your financial stability. The most reliable support you'll ever have isn't a person. It's your financial independence. Money may not buy happiness, but it does buy security, freedom, and peace of mind. The older you get, the more you realize that relying on family for financial help is not a plan, it's a risk. Your children have their own lives, mortgages, bills, college fees, health expenses, and their own families to care for. Even if they love you deeply, they may not always be in a position to help when you need it most. Financial dependency can unintentionally strain relationships and add stress to both sides. Consider Richard, a 72-year-old man who always assumed his children would step in if he ever faced financial trouble. He had helped them through college, lent them money, and was always there when they called. But when an unexpected medical emergency drained his savings, he turned to his kids for help, only to discover they were struggling with their own financial burdens. It wasn't that they didn't care, but life's unpredictability meant his safety net wasn't as strong as he'd hoped. Financial stability is about preparation. It's about having a solid plan that covers emergencies, a steady source of income, and an understanding of how to manage your money wisely. This doesn't mean you have to be wealthy. It means being smart with your resources and making your money work for you. Ask yourself, do I have enough savings to cover unexpected expenses? Is my retirement income reliable? Have I minimized financial risks that could leave me vulnerable? If you answer no to any of these, it's time to take action. Learn to budget wisely, avoid unnecessary debt, and invest in things that bring long-term stability. Because at the end of the day, your financial security is the one thing that will always stand by you, no matter what life throws your way. Pillar 2. Your physical health. There's one thing no amount of love, money, or support from others can replace: your health. After 60, your body becomes either your greatest ally or your biggest obstacle. You can have all the financial security in the world, but if your health fails, your freedom disappears. Family members may care deeply, but they can't exercise for you. They can't eat the right foods for you, or stop the effects of aging. That responsibility falls entirely on your shoulders. Too many people neglect their health, assuming someone will be there to take care of them when the time comes. But family members have their own lives, jobs, and families. They might not have the time, energy, or ability to be your caregivers, and relying on others to manage your well-being can leave you feeling powerless. Take the story of Carl, a 68-year-old man who was active in his younger years but let himself go after retirement. He thought he had plenty of time to get back in shape, but before he knew it, his energy levels dropped, mobility declined, and simple tasks became difficult. His children visited when they could, but they weren't there every day. Carl realized he had to take control of his health. Not tomorrow, not next year, but now. You don't have to train like an athlete, but small, consistent efforts make a huge difference. Move your body every day, eat foods that fuel you instead of harm you, and take your health seriously. Don't ignore warning signs like persistent aches, difficulty walking, or sudden changes in energy levels. Your strongest support system isn't your children, siblings, or friends. It's your own ability to stay strong, active, and capable. Pillar 3. Your social circle. One of the biggest mistakes people make as they get older is isolating themselves. Friends move away, loved ones pass on, and before you know it, your social circle becomes smaller than you ever imagined. Loneliness creeps in, and it's more dangerous than many realize. Loneliness affects not only your emotions, but also your physical health, mental sharpness, and even your lifespan. You might assume family will always keep you company, but remember, your children have their own busy lives. They love you, but they can't be your only source of companionship. That's why building and maintaining a strong social network is crucial. These relationships aren't a luxury, they're a necessity. Margaret, a 73-year-old woman, always relied on her family for companionship. She had two sons who loved her dearly, but as the years went by, their visits grew less frequent due to their work and families. Margaret started feeling lonely and disconnected. Then she made a change. She reconnected with old friends, joined community groups, and picked up new hobbies. Suddenly, her life was filled with laughter, conversations, and a sense of purpose. She didn't have to wait on her family to feel connected. She built her own community. Whether it's neighbors, a book club, or a local exercise group, having people outside your family who care about you creates emotional strength. These connections remind you of your worth, lift your spirits, and make every stage of life richer. So ask yourself, who brings joy into your life today? If the answer isn't clear, it's time to expand your circle. Pillar 4. Your sense of purpose. One of the most overlooked sources of support in life is your own sense of purpose. After 60, many people feel a shift. The roles that once defined them, parent, worker, caregiver, start to fade. Retirement happens. Children become independent. The pace of life slows. Without a clear sense of direction, it's easy to feel invisible, unneeded, or lost. No matter how much your family loves you, they can't give you purpose. That is something you must create for yourself. Having a reason to wake up in the morning, whether it's a passion, a project, or a goal, keeps your mind sharp, your emotions steady, and your life fulfilling. It keeps you engaged with the world instead of watching from the sidelines. Take George, a 70-year-old retired engineer. At first he was excited to relax, but after a few months he felt restless. His days felt empty. His kids visited occasionally, but they had their own lives. George decided to take action. He started volunteering at a local school, teaching kids how to build things. Suddenly, he had a new reason to get up every morning, something that made him feel valued, useful, and alive. Purpose doesn't have to come from a job. It can be anything that makes you feel alive. Learning, mentoring, gardening, painting, traveling, or personal goals. If you feel like your best days are behind you, change that mindset. Your purpose doesn't disappear with age, it evolves. And the more you invest in it, the less you'll rely on others for happiness. Pillar 5. Your emotional resilience. Life tests us at every age, but after 60, the challenges change. Friendships fade, loved ones pass on, health issues arise, and sometimes life feels lonelier. No matter how much support you have from others, the most reliable strength will come from within. Your ability to process emotions, adapt, and find peace during tough times is what keeps you moving forward. Too many people expect family to be their emotional support, but everyone has their own battles. They might not always have the time or energy to comfort you. Take Helen, a 75-year-old woman who lost her husband after 40 years. At first, she leaned on her children, but they had their own responsibilities. Instead of letting grief consume her, Helen focused on strengthening herself emotionally. She joined support groups, started journaling, and practiced daily gratitude. Emotional resilience isn't about suppressing pain or pretending to be strong all the time. It's about acknowledging emotions, processing them healthily, and developing coping strategies to navigate life with grace. Having outlets like writing, meditation, therapy, or self-reflection helps you find peace within, rather than depending on others. The more you build emotional resilience, the more you'll feel whole on your own, because at the end of the day,